Okay, we are live now and we are just witnessing some sort of crash as well, even though amidst that crash we have a huge rally as well. Houston America Energy has dropped from 108% gain to 71% now. You can see what I'm talking about here. From here, that's about 108% from $4.046. It's now at 3.2. That's a huge, that's a loss of about 30% or thereabout in just a few minutes. Obviously, having rallied this much, this wouldn't be out of place. You wouldn't expect you should expect it to be retracing sharply as well, and that is exactly what's happening. We know that energy prices, crude prices, have shot up over the weekend. Yes, that's the case. Yes, it's holding up there at $3.29. Okay, let's see whether we can find any. Okay, we have crude. You can see it here. You can see, you might be able to see crude prices. Let's go ahead and see whether we can see them. US crude at $120. Brent crude is for some reason is not indicating anything. Yes, Brent crude is at 124. All of these have gained. If I click on this, you see the charts. Okay, it's at some point. At some point, it was at 100 and above 121.59. That is US crude. Right now it's currently at 121.1. Let's see Brent crude. Yes, thank you all for joining this live session. I'm just trying to show you what's going on with crude prices as well. This is Brent crude. At some point it was above 124.85. So because of all that is going on as well, we know that also that wheat is spiking seriously. We also know that Ukraine is one of the largest producers of wheat, and the fact that they have their production has been disrupted means the disruption, even if the war stops right now, the problem will still linger for several months. So it's not active at the moment, but it's spiked. We have a position there. We got in at 1209 for wheat. Is now at 1293. Okay, and the US S&P futures is rising. It lost a lot of ground over the weekend, so it's pushing back up. So let's look at Klxe. Okay, it has gained 23.73%. It's all for the same reason. Okay, so far there isn't any news. Is Klxe optionable? Let's see. not optionable. Klxe has seen, let's get the volumes if you don't mind, 44,388 shares. It's Klx Energy Services Holdings Inc. Next one is MXC. Some of these stocks were on the move in the previous session of the 4th of March. MXC is Mexico Energy Corp, up 21.49% for the same reason. No news at the moment. Volume is 144,239. Marine Petroleum is up 24.26%. Same reasons as well. No news. Volume is 192,698. INDO, Indonesia Energy, up 18.91%. No news at the moment. Volume is 370,044. CEI, Canba Energy, optionable, up 37.18% for the same reason. Optionable, no news. We have a position there in Canba Energy. So it's currently trading at $1.07. I think we had forgotten the target we had, short-term target, but gradually getting there. Impp, Imperial Petroleum, is on they are into crude shipments, crude logistics, and yes, definitely they are on the move. It is on the move. Let's get the volumes. Volume is 7.463 million shares. A lot of so far there's a huge participation. OP, Ocean Power Link, up 26.08%. $3.519 million shares across the tape. Nine Energy Services, up 68% for the same reason. Volume is at 3.5 million. Is it optionable? Let's find out. Nine Energy is definitely optionable, but there isn't. We don't have. If there's anything going on, we can't see that with the options. Nine Energy up 70%, showing a lot of strength. It has actually extended beyond. It's actually cool. It has actually cooled off, as a matter of fact, because at some point it was trading at 3.45. So it hasn't reached 100% so far. It hasn't reached 100% of its previous close. Its previous close was 1.8, so 100% will be 3.6. So if it has reached there, maybe it never stopped there, but so far the record on this 1 minute chart is 3.445. So some few cents away from there, of $1 and some few cents away, or rather a few dollars away from there, from $3.6. ENSV, let's see. ENSV. And Savco Corp up 20.74%. Okay, up 17.78. No options. 1.068 million shares have crossed the tape there. Let's see OXY Occidental. Occidental is up 11.75%. Okay, there's some news there concerning Occidental. Okay, somebody's resigned from the board. That's what they're saying there. ICANN's representative on Occidental Petroleum to step down. ICANN divests Occidental Petroleum stake. Oasis Petroleum and Whiting Petroleum nearing merger agreement. American Express halts operation in Russia. So these are just some news. $923 million shares have crossed the tape for Occidental. ExxonMobil up 2.49. Chevron up 2.57. Houston American Energy, okay, has recovered from the loss just a few minutes ago. It was down here. That was a loss of 3%. It has recovered it now, and is extending back to where it was at this point, at this level. That they had a 108% gain, or even more. It closed at $1.9 on the 4th of March. So 3.9 is easily way beyond 100%. So that's what we're looking at right now for Houston American Energy. It's definitely an oil play. Energy is the big issue right now. Even without the Russian crisis, just gave it some marginal momentum, marginal fire to get to where it is right now, get crude prices to where they are right now. So no matter where you no matter how you get OPEC nations, or even countries like Iran and Venezuela that have been sanctioned to resume oil production, the fact that Russia is absent from the market or is going to be sanctioned will definitely continue to impact the price of oil. So that's where we are going right now. Houston American Energy up 101.58%. The S&P futures is at 4298 right now, recovering some of the lost ground. It lost in the overseas sessions. While we're waiting for that, let's see what HUSA is doing. It's lost about 30% now. Let's look at KLXE. Up 19.6%. Mexico Energy up 20.45. Marine Petroleum up 28.47. Indonesia Energy up 12.85. CEI Canba Energy up 28.21%. Impp Imperial Petroleum up 34.62%. Ocean Power 27.95 is a gain. Nine Energy up 58.89. ENSV. Hey Paul is up to 1.48. Yes, you must have been impressed with Occidental. On Friday, Thursday close, it was doing well. Now today is also still doing well as well. Good morning, how has it been? HUSA. Oh, go! You got it on Monday. That was a week ago, is it? What did they do to Mullen? Let's see. S&P is clawing back some of the losses that the folks elsewhere, Asia and Europe, have racked up. I can imagine Mullen is doing exact opposite of what's going on right now, which the trend right now is obviously energy crisis. So in the short term, obviously, yes, some of these stocks maybe taking some beating. Of course, you know that, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to they lost their relevance or anything like that. But I mean, that's without doing any research to see why. I mean, that just has to be the case, I guess, amongst other things, Well, I'm trying to see what happened. Definitely, it's been declining for sure. Definitely has a good future. $27 million. market cap. Definitely a lot. I mean, as a matter of fact, this is even a good time to even buy more of the stock or double down, as the case may be. The chart here is not coming up. Down 5.36% in this pre-market session so far. Okay, while we're there, let's see what's going on with okay, losing more ground, or has lost more ground. Houston America Energy. Oh, Indonesia Energy now at 9.6%. Yeah, you think it's going to be that volatile? Or just any other week in the bear market? Or any other, and just a, you don't think it's just going to be a regular week in of a bear market? Canba Energy, 25.71%, that's the gain. Okay. Nine Energy penny stock, obviously. Most of them are penny stocks. No news. Okay, some news. Volume is 3.848. Optionable, yes. So you're not going to get involved this week? Just going to watch and see. some reason my internet is slow at the moment. Down over 90% in the last 12 months. Will it recover after Q4 earnings? Okay, you got in there at a good price. Yeah. Well, another thing is that we are in different times. You know, the fact that we've seen how well Tesla has done may not be a guarantee that it will be the same with all of the stocks that are coming up in that in the EV space. We are in different times, and we also have a lot of recent market participants, and we now have obviously hedge funds. They have strengthened their dragnets. They are out there to make money. You know, they have rejigged their bots. Their bots are just not only the markets; they're also out there scanning the news and all that stuff, scanning the social media platforms. You know, so we're in a totally different world right now. You know, that's also what Putin is also is finding out right now. You know, it's a different world altogether. You know, it's far different from when. Slightly different also from when he started to invade, started to get involved in Syria, as a matter of fact. Totally different from what happened in Afghanistan. Yeah, it's a totally different time since COVID happened. Things have changed. And everybody's trying to find out what it is. A lot of people have also realized that what used to work then don't work anymore. You know, or for in the interval, they don't work anymore at the moment. So this stock has let's say this is the last one day, that is on Friday. This is what happened. Let's look at last 3 days and see what's going on there, what's been going on with Mullen. Yes, this last 3 days has been declining. Is it optionable, by the way? Let's see what if it's optionable. MULN down 6.95. Optionable as well, yes. So if you're going to go in here on Mullen, where are you going to, if you have to buy the options on Mullen, which sort of series are you looking at here? Imperial, July. Left to me, I'll go for Imperial. And maybe the spread on this is not wonderful. The 250, not wonderful. So to the $1 is also not wonderful as well. I think there isn't a lot of involvement so far, but the March 18 has 12 more days to go. Spread is also not wonderful here as well. Spreads on them are not wonderful. Open interest 18,000. There's even a 26,000, but still spread is 5 cent one. That's a huge 50%. 3.548 million shares have crossed the tape for Mullen in this pre-market session. Let's see HUSA, HULSA, Houston American Energy up 91.58%. At some point we have seen 108%, or we saw 108%. Klxe, Klx Energy Services Holdings Inc. up 22.57%. MXC, Mexico Energy Corp up 13.47%. Marine Petroleum Petroleum Transportation or something like that, up 37.45%, showing a lot of strength. Momentum is overbought. RSI is strong as well, indicating that buyers are sufficiently more active than sellers. They have a stronghold of the market for marine petroleum stock at the moment. The gain is 37.45. This is around about the highest so far of this pre-market session, trading at $9.63. INDO, Indonesia Energy, up 11.48. RSI is also holding up, just holding up. Buyers are struggling to keep away the sellers, and sellers are quite active as well. Yeah, unfortunately, yes. I think I know the FBI is equally investigating as well. So we hope something comes out of it. We just hope. But in any case, short selling in itself is. I know a lot of people, a lot of recent market participants, they have lost a lot of money because of short selling. I think what is wrong about the short selling is the whole business is putting out information that is probably false, and or rather trying to or deceiving people with those sort of disclosures, because a lot of companies that they have, some of these research firms have published short theses on, have disputed them. And it's of late it's very, very hard to convince people, and convince recent market participants that you are skeptical about any stock at all. You can't convince them anymore. Even those who are not known as short sellers, just who are just doing their bit to disclose what they have seen, they don't have any credibility anymore. You definitely must have heard about the site Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha. Yeah. Let's go there. Yeah. Sometimes when they publish things, we don't exactly know them as they say that they're crowdsourced content service for financial markets. Sometimes when they publish things, people don't trust them anymore, especially when they publish things that are skeptical or negative, or if somebody has found something that is bogus or whatever it is. You find out that some people begin to even do the opposite of what they're saying. Sometimes, after publishing, if their due diligence, especially if it's one that is disclosing skeptical issues, you may find the reverse happening on the stock. That's an indication that people don't even trust them. So the dislike has spread into sites and organizations that are not exactly short sellers or hedge funds. So that's how bad things are going. But the short selling in itself, it's not bad at all, because it is what will drag you back to the market when things have collapsed. It is the short sellers that will drag the market up, because they have taken money off, and they if they have to get out of the market, they have to push the market up on their way out. So just as we are going in there to buy and get out, we help them to get in as we are getting out. So they also help us to come back when they're getting out. So as I pointed out earlier on, it is the divisive theses that they publish that may or may not be true. That's the problem. And I know for sure that's what the FBI and probably the SEC are probably trying to investigate. Not exactly short selling itself. So let's see, CEI, Canba Energy. Canba Energy also one of such stocks that short sellers, or rather short sellers published a few things on. 20.51%, that's the gain at the moment. Okay, yeah. Okay, DOJ and the FBI. Okay, yeah. DOJ, not FBI. Okay, yes. That's good, yeah. Ocean Powerlink up 18.99%. Nine Energy up 51.11. Socialers, they've had a bad name. They've had a very bad name. Yeah. HUSA, Houston American Energy up 95% roughly. Market is opening in about an hour and a few minutes. Okay, let's see where oil is at the moment, where crude is at the moment. S&P futures at 4298 right now. US crude has pulled back below 120, but the Brent crude is still above 120. It's at 123.55. What's going on with the BBBY? Up 68.11%. Billionaire investor Ryan Cohen said on Sunday he now owns 10% of Bed Bath & Beyond and wants the housewares retailer to explore strategic alternatives that include a full sale of the company. Cohen, who co-founded online pet products retailer Chewy and is chairman of the board of video game retailer GameStop, criticized Bed Bath & Beyond, which is worth roughly $1.6 billion, for an overly ambitious strategy for overpaying its top executives and failing to reverse market share losses. He believes the company needs to narrow its focus to fortify operations and maintain the right inventory mix to meet demand, while simultaneously exploring strategic alternatives that include separating Bye Bye Baby Inc. and a full sale of the company. Cohen wrote to the company's board of directors. Cohen said in the letter reviewed by Reuters that he owns 9.8% of the Union, New Jersey headquartered company through its investment company RC Ventures LLC. Okay, the company's shares have dropped 43.55% in the last 12 months. Okay, while they have had no prior contact with RC Ventures, they will carefully review a letter and hope to engage constructively around the ideas they have put forward. Okay, Bed Bath & Beyond said in a statement, shares of the company soared 45%, rather more now, about 63% in this pre-market session. Cohen did not immediately respond to requests for comments. The Wall Street Journal first reported the stake. Cohen is pushing for changes after 3 activists and the company reached a settlement in 2019 where 4 new directors were added to the board. The group criticized the retailer for failing to adapt to shoppers' growing preferences to buy online. Soon after the settlement, the company hired Mark Triton as CEO, but Cohen said that Triton had failed to navigate supply chain volatility and presided over a 14% drop in core sales from a year ago in the most recent quarter. Still, Triton was paid approximately $27 million over the last 2 fiscal years. Cohen said that, noting it was far more than what CEOs earn at far bigger retailers, including Macy's, Kohl's, and Daughtry. The company named executive officers were collectively awarded $36 million in compensation in the last fiscal year. Cohen said he is focused on the long term and won't criticize management for laying the foundation for future value creation, underscoring his own style at GameStop, where he has given a few details about how he plans to resuscitate the company. Okay. So it's gained 70.2%. Maybe market participants like that news. So is it the shots? Is it the obviously it has to be the fact that they are short in stocks, right? So well, I can see why it's not so wonderful, because the fact that I mean, a lot of people will have, I mean, are quite critical of them, amongst other things. In as much as what they're doing is more like what the bacteria in your stomach does. There are bacteria. They have bacteria and your tummy. They have nothing to do. I mean, on the face value, your stomach should have no business with bacteria, but some of them are good. Some of them help with the digestion. They do something. So I can see that. I mean, for sure. On face value, yes, that's what they are like. But at the same time, and as I pointed out earlier on, they keep the market from bottoming out completely. They provide a cushion, amongst other things, for the market. In as much as it's not a level playing ground, but unfortunately, there's nothing fair about life. HUSA, HUSA is now back again. I think still slightly below its highs of this session, which was at 3.95 as a matter of fact. So no news yet, has dropped. Let's see whether it's optionable. Not optionable. Yes, I mean, and there's I mean, it's, there's no doubt about that. The public at the moment, they, based on the opinions of a significant, a huge, or rather the opinions of the majority of recent retail investors. Yes, for sure. They are what the if there's any good they do, it's not as much as it's nowhere near as good as the bad they do. So yes, I think I can agree on that. Yes, yeah. They have a, I mean, based on how the recent market participants feel about them, it's not a positive one. They don't have any good reputation. Yeah. Klx Energy is up 22.96. Mexico up 24.18. Marine Petroleum up 38.43. INDO up 17 points, 11.6. It's quite volatile there for Indonesia Energy. CEI, okay, has lost some of its gains. At some point they had a gain of about yes, it was trading at 1.06. Now it's at roughly 0.98. Imperial Petroleum up 37.57. Ocean Power up 15.2. Actually dropping from this high of about 0.826. Let's see if it's optionable. Okay, not optionable. K9 Energy up 53%. And Savco up 11.11. Klx Energy, okay, so hasn't shown any positive signs. Occidental up 7.53. Okay, Exxon unchanged. CVX, Chevron, okay, unchanged as well. Well, I think some of these stocks may not continue to extend in the regular session. And some of them may pull back. And thanks to short sellers, yes, some of them may pull back. The S&P 500 futures trade 26 points or 0.6% below its fair value after WTI crude futures hit $130 per barrel last night. Futures have cut their losses, though oil prices for the April contract now trade at 120.42 billion barrels. $120.42 per barrel, which is a gain of $4.7 or a gain of 4.1%. The initial pop in oil was driven by confirmation from Secretary of State Blinken that there are active talks to potentially ban imports of Russian oil, and a report from Reuters indicating that an Iran nuclear deal could be delayed. Besides the retracement in oil, which are trading on the $100, which are trading on the $100 per barrel for contracts at the end of the year, the futures market has welcomed news that the ceasefire talks will continue today, in addition to positive sounding corporate news. Treasury yields are trading higher as risk sentiments lightens. The 2-year yield is up 4 basis points to 1.53% after touching 1.42% overnight, and the 10-year yield is up 5 basis points to 1.77% after dipping below 1.7% overnight. You must have heard the employment figures came out a bit better than expected, and but that didn't seem to have changed anything because of the crisis in Europe, which seems to have become a more potent issue. Okay, treasury yields are okay. Okay, I've read that here. So Klx Energy up to 3.54. MXC up 19.09. Marine Petroleum up spiked and just cooling off now. Spiked all the way to 12.65%. That is close to 75% thereabout. Marine Petroleum. Okay, let's see what the stock, what this company does. MARPS. Marine Petroleum Trust. Okay, it's short interest is 0.55%. Is it an ETF? Oops. And ARPS. We're trying to find out what Marine Petroleum Trust is, if it's an ETF or not. Okay, why is Canba Energy stock up? That was 2 days ago. Gas and oil companies have been in the focus as Russia-Ukraine conflict wages on. Coming into view is Canba Energy, which saw its shares close higher on Friday the 4th of March and gained 32%. Okay, yeah. While CEI stock remained calm today until 1:30 p.m. East 10, the stock subsequently saw a massive increase in price. Analysis of the company's investor relations page show no updates. So why is Canba Energy up? Okay, the news explaining Canba's price acceleration may be attributed to the White House, which was reported today that President Joe Biden is contemplating a ban on U.S. imports of Russian crude oil. Earlier this month, the Biden administration suggested that they were most likely going to ban Russian oil imports. However, with Russia's continued escalation, bipartisan support for such a move is growing. What will a ban on oil imports mean for Canba Energy? Last year, Russian crude oil accounted for roughly 30% of US crude oil imports. Based on this figure, a ban on Russian oil could not create huge impacts for the US. However, the ban would likely have a global ripple effect that would send the price of oil higher, which has been the case. So, Adam Pankraz, a professor at the Sordar School of Business, explained that if the US stopped importing Russian oil, that would mean that likely many other countries would also no longer be importing Russian oil, and that would make it a very tight oil market, already much tighter, and that will drive up the price of oil, and that in turn can drive inflation, which in turn can affect the US economy. In turn, Canba would positively capitalize on the higher price of crude oil. The price of the WTI crude oil has surged higher by more than 25% in the last month. Okay, however, investors should remember that CEI is still a penny stock with spotty financials. In the past, the company has been late to file financial forms and was subject of a short report by Kerrisdale Capital. So, which is just something we already know because of oil. So when you regroup, what sort of stocks are you going to get involved in, Paul? You just want to find out what this company does. Marine Petroleum Trust is a royalty trust. Okay, the trust is engaged in the administration and liquidation of rights to payments for certain oil and gas natural leases in the Gulf of Mexico, pursuant to license agreements and amendments between the trust's predecessors and Gulf Oil Corporation. The indenture under which the trust was created, the indenture provides that the corporate trustee is to distribute all cash in the trust, less an amount reserved for the payment of accrued liabilities and estimated future expenses to unit holders of record on the last business day of February, May, August, and November each year. The trust's wholly owned subsidiary, Marine Petroleum Corporation, holds title to interest in properties that are situated offshore of Louisiana. MPC is engaged in the administration and collection of royalties. MPC's rights are generally referred to as overriding royalty interest in the oil and natural gas industry. Okay, so it's a trust. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yes, that's the way out. You got to do something, find ways of going around it. Yeah, for every situation, there's there might be opportunities elsewhere. Maybe as you pointed out, selling spreads. Yeah. Okay. Indonesia is up 20.19, trying to get back up again. Currently trading above all of its moving averages on this 1 minute chart. Canba Energy we just read about now, up 26.94. Imperial Energy, Imperial Petroleum up 38.76, moving sideways now. HUSA Power up 23.47. Energy up 47.78. And Corp up 22.96%. No news. Volume is 1.354. Optionable. Let's see. No, not optionable. Market's opening in about an hour and some fraction. So an hour and 7 minutes. Yes, let's see. Next is one stock that has before now was doing so well. Okay, still holding up 2.66%. Let's see where it is so far on the daily chart. Yes, this is it's still up there. As at Friday, I think it was at the 52-week high as well. You can see that on this daily chart. It hasn't fallen below its 50-day moving average since so far this year. It may have not really fallen below its 50-day moving average. Strongly bullish. At various times it retraces below its, as a matter of fact, 20-day moving average. As a matter of fact, not even 10, not even a 50-day. This is the 50-day. This is the 20-day moving average. So since this year 2022 it has not fallen below its 20-day moving average. Strongly bullish. Falls below the 10-day, has fallen up below the 10-day at various times, only at twice, or twice fell below that, and on each occasion never really fell beyond the 20-day moving average, and continues on. So of late it cooled off a bit, but not anywhere even close to the 10-day moving average. So right now it's just right where its volume weighted average price is. That figure is at 8.311, and the stock it's at close at 8.28. So right now in this pre-market session is at 8.5, so slightly above that volume weighted average price. Next tier oil field services. Vertex is another one. VTNR. You would expect to be doing well, but is it doing well so far? Up 4.545. Let's look at the daily chart for Vertex. Well, so far it's strongly bullish. The underlying trend is a bullish one. $193,667 shares so far, optionable. Let's see where HUSA is right now. Houston, America. Houston American Energy up 94.74. Okay, let's see what Houston American has done so far this year, or rather of late, or rather let's look at the daily chart and see what's been going on with it. Okay, I would still say the underlying trend still is before now was bearish, but maybe it's because of this gains he has started to run up this gain since rather in the gains actually started sometime in early February, so it has halted the any inclination to get bearish on its underlying trend. So yeah, for now it was pretty much a bearish one, but things are turning it's turning the tide right now. $94.47 penny stock, optionable. I don't think so. It's not optionable. Volume is 8.471 million shares. Buyers and sellers have been selling and buying, as the case may be. They have so right now I think buyers, the buy volumes, or rather the volumes on when it was, so I think so far the volumes of late, as it inches up, is by far more than volumes when it's trying to cool off. So a lot of things going on there. This green bar, indicates buy and sell volumes, but it's also an indication that while it's trying to move up, buyers and sellers were very much active. So while they tried to retrace, there wasn't very much there, but I think it has this is where it is right now. So there's an equal measure of buying and selling volumes on the downside. It's retracing right now, so that's why the blue bar is slightly longer than the green bar. So let's look at Klxe. Klx Energy Services Holdings Inc. up to 1.05. Let's look at the underlying, or rather the daily chart for the stock. Okay, I think it's also bearish, but the stock itself has reversed course since as a matter of fact, in December, that was when it started to rally. You can see that, and now even took it to a new level. You can see that very nice, extending nicely, very how would I put it now? A very a decent angle of attack here. It had up till sometime in late February when it fell below its 10-day moving average and got support from its 200-day moving average. From then it spiked and is now extending with a very steep angle of attack. It has been doing that for some time now. You can see that. Started to do that started to extend steeply sometime in late February as well, and the whole of this March it has been, it even got steeper. Now we're talking about the 90-degree angle of attack. It's literally throwing the stone up. It's quite risky there. So yeah, a lot of these stocks are definitely going to cool off in this pre-markets, in the regular session or in other sessions. But the stock, this particular stock, Klxe, has done well. It's been doing well. So yes, expect it also at some point cool off a bit. So would today be that day or subsequent sessions? Very likely, yes. Even though we know oil is rallying, yes, some of them do. We know Impp and INDO, they've all rallied, and also while they've been doing so, they have also cooled off on various occasions, and continue to extend further thereafter. MXC, Mexico Energy Corp, up 14.27. Let's see the daily chart and see what's going on there. You can see that this, yes, okay, just like the other one, just like Klx, it's started to extend sometime in December. Was it January? Yeah, January. Started to extend in January, late January, and was extending with a very decent angle of attack, even on various occasions, never really fallen below its 10-day moving average. With that sort of angle of attack, it's likely to continue to feed on itself, and it continue to do that. And then sometime in late February, the angle of attack got steeper, and then again a few sessions ago, it got even steeper. We're talking about the 90-degree angle of attack. This is a rocket propulsion here, upward rocket. This is a propulsion to the moon. This is what we're looking at here. So blew through its volume weighted average price on this daily chart. So what goes up is likely to come down. So it may not come down completely, but likely to cool off a bit. Yeah. So expect this to happen. The underlying trend is a bullish one. The stock has just been on a bullish push for the last 52 weeks. So there's something positive this company is doing. There's something they're doing, and then come what is going on right now, you can see that easily. Some market participants will find the stock as it's quite a safe position to be in. So technically very good, and then fundamentally and fundamentally, yes, or rather systemically, things have also come to benefit the stock, Mexico Energy Corp. So we'll see what this company really does. We'll just dig in and see. MXC. Okay. Okay, we're getting something else. MGC Pharmaceuticals. Okay, we have to type in New York Exchange. Mexico Energy Corp. So this just came out an hour ago, I believe. Did not say anything much about MXC. They're just talking about the stocks in the move. Okay, maybe we're not gonna find anything concerning it here. We'll try something else. Okay, let's see whether these folks have something to say. Yeah, tell me about that. Yes, you can imagine that they will love to, because a lot of all those pharmaceutical stocks are not making money. They are still development stage. I mean, companies. That's what comes with the industry. Many of them, that's how it is. That's how the industry is. You don't have to wait till you're making money to, you know, um, go public. So yes, they easily go in there and make a meal of things. Yes. Okay, there isn't much here to say about Mexico. We just want to see whether there's any due diligence out there concerning the company. Let's see. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, they want us to subscribe. We'll start a free trial. Let's see what these guys are saying. So we have less than an hour before the market opens. Oops. Okay, I don't think they even have anything to say there. Okay, it's been around for some time, 1972. This is an independent oil and gas company. The company is engaged in the acquisition, exploration, development, and production of crude oil and natural gas properties located in the United States. It owns producing properties and undeveloped acreage in approximately 14 states. It acquires interest in producing and non-producing oil and gas leases from landowners and leaseholders in areas considered favorable for oil and gas exploration, development and production. In addition, it may acquire oil and gas interests by joining in oil and gas drilling prospects generated by third parties. The primary areas in which the company is focused are the Delaware Basin, located in western portion of the Permian Basin, including Lee and Eddy counties, New Mexico and Loving County, Texas and Midland Basin, located in eastern portion of the Permian Basin, including Reagan, Upton, Midland, Martin, Howard and Glasscock counties of Texas. So it was strictly an oil producing and production company, strictly right into it. So stock is doing well technically very sound, very sound. $52.9 million, that's a market capitalization. Does it have to be more? It must not be more. It's just holding up. It mustn't be a huge multi-billion-dollar company. That's also something we have to understand and bear in mind. So we have about 45 minutes before the market opens. Mexico Energy Corp, really sound technically, and financially it must be okay, because there's a good chance usually you wouldn't have those good technicals with very bad financials, you know. So but it's losing some of those gains, you know. That has always been the case. Market stocks do well of late. That's what we've been seeing. Sometimes some of them do well in the pre-market and then don't do well thereafter. So yes, we also didn't point out that Mexico MXC stock has a very low float. So let's see, let's get that again. Public float is 1.1 million, so definitely it's a stock to watch. Short interest is about 2.2% according to FinViz. ocean pile. Let's see what it looks technically. Bearish. It seems that it has not been trading for a long time. It's been retracing since December. Let's look at 9 Energy, up 43.33, but it's even far lower than what it was earlier on. So at the beginning of this pre-market session, it was at 3.44, so it has lost close to $0.9. Now trading at $2.57. Let's look at the daily chart and see what's going on there. Bearish as well. Bearish, still trading below its 50-day moving average, but it's been attacking. It's been on the attack since the end of February, and at the beginning of March, just a few sessions ago, it turned it up to point upwards. So the angle of attack is now at 90 degrees. This is the steepest you can have it. 9 Energy on the move has gained 43.33% in this pre-market session. The regular session is opening in about 41 minutes. ENSV. Let's look at the daily chart. Bearish, and also just like the other ones, started to extend, and by the end of started to rally from its 52-week low that occurred sometime towards the end of February. Angle of attack is of late quite steep as well. It's gained at 20%. Very bearish. Now trading above all of its moving averages, including the volume weighted average price on this daily chart. And on this daily chart as well, buyers are in firm control. There is no doubt about that. Solidly in control. Momentum is very strong. But obviously this is not exactly that. This is what's going on right now. And okay, right now momentum is strong as well, and buyers are struggling to take over control from sellers. Houston American. Okay, have we looked at the daily chart and see what's going on there? Okay, yeah, we have pretty much. Yeah, we can still see the underlying trend is not exactly convincingly bullish, but better than what it was before, or rather beginning to level off, because the stock has continued to rally since the end of February, attacking steeply now. Houston American Energy Corp. It appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping and the MACD has comes above zero. Small float as well, 9.9 million shares. Last 3 days, strongly bullish. Turned it up as of Friday the 4th. S&P futures clawing back losses, now at 4314. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Q and K International Group, 444%. Is that a, what do we have there? Is that a reverse split or what? Let's see. Q and K. QK. QK International, 441%. No news. Volume is only 107. Why is that? Not optionable. Let's find out why that stock has just blasted up. So are you speaking with him now, or is the meeting scheduled sometime later on? Or you've already spoken to him? Okay, no wonder we have a reverse split of 5 stocks to 1. If you had 5 stocks, you had 1. That's why. No wonder why we have that. So Bed Bath and Beyond has is so currently doing better than energy stocks. It's gained 106.1%. So we're counting down now, 28 minutes before the market opens. Houston American has lost some of the momentum you had earlier on. Let's see what's going on with energy. S&P futures gradually clawing back some of the losses, now at 4310.82. So US crude is at 11.43. Brent crude is at 121.07. MXC up. Okay, well, lost nearly everything. All the gains almost gone. MARPS, Marine Petroleum up 30.29%. Indonesia has also lost almost everything, but momentum is very strong. CEI, Canba Energy, is holding up at just around $0.94. Impp up 36.69. Ocean Power 23.22. Nine Energy 47.78. And South Corp up 20%. But I think buyers are reacting positively to the news that Ryan Cohen has now taken up a 10% stake in Bed Bath and Beyond. 20.529 million shares across the tape. So even with oil stocks rallying, we still have non-oil stocks rallying as well, in the form of Bed Bath and Beyond. You can see it's saying here Bed Bath and Beyond shares are more than double after GameStop share reveals big stake pushes turnaround. So would that be a temporary rally? Possibly. Okay, S&P futures, still pushing upwards at now at 4324. So let's see whether we can get wheat prices. We know very well that Ukraine and Russia are some of the largest producers of wheat, and right now they have disrupted their markets, especially that of Ukraine. It's just going to take a long time before their output comes on stream, so there is definitely a disruption there in the markets at the moment. So let's see whether we can get anything. The May 22 contract is up 23. Okay, this is the one we are looking at there, but it seems to be indicating no change. Let's validate it. It's at 1293. Last time it traded was at 1293. That's the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME. So there are various platforms where wheat is traded. What is important to notice that is the prices are going up. Okay, yes, so this is the current price right now. Price settle is at 1209, so currently now it's at 1294. This is the price per what is called bushel or whatever it is, or rather contract. So the contract may be bushels or whatever. So that's the one. We have a position there, the May 2022 contracts. So the market hasn't started trading yet, I think. Let's see time on sales. So I think it's gained 7%. That's this wheat contract has gained 7% since Friday the 4th of March. Okay, S&P futures still holding up at 4319. Okay, Bed Bath and Beyond up 98. It has given up some gains there. Obviously the news is that Ryan Cohen has taken up a 10% stake in the company and wants a turnaround. Volume is 22 million so far. Will it continue to rally in the regular session? There's no guarantee it will. Okay, let's see. HUSA has lost a big chunk of its own gains, about 22%. MXC, okay, lost almost all the gains it had earlier on, but technically sound company, or rather stock. INDO has also lost all of his a huge amount of all the gains it ran up in this pre-market session that is about to end in about 14 minutes. CEI has also lost some of those gains. Will they rally again in the regular session? Impp still holding up pretty much okay, 34.02%. Energy still holding up as well. Looks reasonable, but actually ran up to 75% gain, so it has equally lost about 28% or 30% or thereabout. Ocean Powell, okay, still holding up, still bullish. Klxe, Klx Energy Services up 18.54. BBBY up 92.58, cooling off now below all of its 10, 20, 50-minute moving averages, but sufficiently above its 200-minute moving average. So sellers are definitely in control at the moment, even though they're definitely in control. Short sellers possibly. We're counting down. We have about 12 minutes before the market opens. So let's see what NEX is doing. Next tier oil services, oil field solution, up 3.86. VTNR, Klx Energy, okay, up 2.91. Mullen, okay, down 4.5%. ABML, let's see. Okay. It's trading at 0.9756. HUSA. Let's see whether there's any news. Any news? We know because it's because of oil that's gaining strength. Volume is at 10.53 million. I don't think it's optionable. It's not. And South Coal up 21.48. MXC I think has lost almost everything. Yes, almost everything's gone. Just up 0.24%. Market is opening in about 7 minutes. But technically sound. Let's see how the stock has been doing over the last 52 weeks. See that this is it's been on a strong bullish trend for several months, just of late things, because of oil, because of the business right now. It's not exactly at this sort of point. It wasn't exactly because of Russia. You can see because of Russia started to extend. This is around 24th of February, and then of late, early last week, spiked up. This is now a moonward propulsion. This is the stock has now propelled, or rather, buyers have now propelled it up towards moon. You can see that the angle of attack is strictly vertical at 90 degrees. So amongst other things, there's a chance it can pull back. There's a chance it can also pull back, and it may also even pull back below to some levels, or to technical positions. So we have not seen it in a long time. So since February, all the way back in late December, it has never really closed below its 10-day moving average. So with this huge rally has been running up, we just hope that it doesn't happen. It doesn't fall below its 10-day moving average. But the systemic problems we have with oil will persist. So even if it cools off, it may not fall below that moving average. So MXC, technically very sound. Of all of these stocks, I think it has the best technical performance since the last 52 weeks. And it's also a very low float, very low float stock, very low. Market capitalization is also very small, but it doesn't have to have a huge market capitalization. It's just a small oil producing company, and it's just how it is. So we're counting down now. We have about 5 minutes before the market opens. MXC has now gone into the red. Is this a pullback that will see it run up a huge, yet more gains again, or repeat what it ran up in the early session, in the early hours of the pre-market session? Who knows? But right now, sellers are definitely in control. Buyers are trying to fend them off, but it is still very much the market of sellers at the moment. It's now getting some resistance from its 10-minute moving average. Has now gained 0.16%. Let's see where the futures are. S&P futures, okay, holding up at 4324. Okay, Brent crude is at 119.45. US crude is at 114.91. So the price has settled above its 10-minute moving average on this 1-minute chart, but sellers are still in control, based on what the RSI is indicating for MXC stock. So let's return and see what's going on with BBBY. We're counting down now, 2 minutes and a few seconds. BBBY has lost those gains, about 13%. Has lost about 13%, now at $30.35. HUSA, Houston American, has also lost about 30%. Okay, well, yeah, maybe 30% so far. The gain is now a gain of 73% at $3.28. Sellers are definitely in charge of the market for Houston American stock at the moment. We're counting down. Occidental is up 3.81%. Has also lost all of its gains, nearly all of it in this pre-market session. Yes, about to open. A few seconds now. The market will open. Okay, the market has opened, and BBBY is still tending downwards. Let's see how HUSA is faring with this. Okay, so it's trying to show some strength as the market just has opened. Klxe, let's see what's going on. Tending downwards as well, losing all of its energy, all of its momentum. MXC, let's see. Just holding up at $2.4 or thereabouts. Okay, Ocean Pal, 18.38%. Energy 35.56. Let's uncheck these boxes. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, there's also TXMD, Therapeutics MD, up 58%. Therapeutics MD said Monday it has agreed to divest its VitaCare prescription services unit to digital healthcare platform Crude. So the women's healthcare company said it will get $150 million in cash at closing, which is slated to occur in Q2, up to an additional $7 million in cash consideration. Up to an additional $7 million in cash consideration is contingent upon VitaCare's performance through next year. Therapeutics MD said it will also enter a long-term agreement to continue to use the VitaCare platform. So 14 million shares have crossed the tape. So buyers like what they're hearing concerning this stock, TXMD. Let's see where Bed Bath and Beyond is. Okay, Houston, America is still holding up. MXC, MXC Energy Corp. Okay, hasn't crashed out at least. Indonesia Energy. Okay, halted. Yes. Impp halted as well. Let's get the volumes. 23 million. Let's get the volume for Indonesia. 2.24. Let's see if Canba Energy is also halted. Okay, not halted. Trading, rising bullishly. Volume is 82 million. Okay, thank you all very much for joining this live session, and we'll continue to update you. Hopefully we'll return again towards the end of the session. Thank you, Paul, and every other person who liked, viewed, as the case may be. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much, and expect to see you towards the close and with video updates as the session progresses. Okay, so have a nice day today.